My apologies for the technical difficulties of the viewing for episode 2. It somehow recorded in speaker view and not gallery view, but this will be fixed and updated before episode 3. But enjoy the podcast. Welcome back, guys, to the Who's Keeping Score podcast. We got a great episode here today. We're going to be talking about the national championship, kind of the recap, talking about that. We're going to be talking about the NBA playoff picture and the play-in. We're going to be creating a starting 5 of the greatest NBA shooters of all time, point guard through center. And then we have some trivia at the end. All right. Florida versus Houston.
I mean, it was a great game. Like, you can't ask for much more in your national championship game. Well, we were wrong. Walter Clayton did not have a great day, and they still found a way to win, which is like a testament to Florida, right? Like, if your best player can score 0 points in the first half and you find a way to pull out the game, that means you're a great team and you deserve to win a national championship. So, hats off to them. Yeah, crazy game, crazy game.
Agreed.
Yeah, it was interesting at halftime because you always say like, oh, my best player hasn't scored and I'm only down 4 or 2. But it wasn't like he was missing good looks. He was just completely neutralized in the first half. Like he took maybe 5 shots and they were all horrible shots and none of them were close.
I mean,
Just complete
Houston was
jacks.
double teaming him off every screen, and it was just like there was nowhere for him to go.
Yeah,
He had like 6 assists in the first half, so it wasn't like he was playing
right.
awfully.
He was affecting the game still with his passing, but he couldn't get any good looks up. But he hit a 1-and-1 with like 8 minutes to go or something in the second half. They were down by 8 or 9. He had an and-1 to kind of start the run, and everybody kind of was like, okay, here we go. And he really didn't go off like that. He hit the clutch 3 at the end. He had 2-and-1s, but it just I think his teammates, knowing that he was ready to go, kind of pushed all of their intensities up, and they were able to bring it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Hoff hit that like weird little finger roll and one that cut it to like 3 back and forth. And then so talking about that ending of the game with Emmanuel Sharp.
You got to get
we
the shot off.
Talking
about it a little bit the other day, just because this episode's coming out a week after the game, but it's been discussed ad nauseum at this point. I feel like you have to get a shot off, and it's easier said than done, obviously.
And that's my issue. Like it's so much easier said than done. Like Walter Clayton, great contest. You coming off you want a clean look. He had a clean look, and it's too late. At that point, what do you do? Like the ball, like you're just hoping he's gonna chuck it to the ceiling and throw it over his hand. Like I don't really know at that point in time how you can do anything different.
But I feel like what he did was the worst option out of everything.
Yeah, it wasn't ideal, but the way he came off the screen, he caught it ready to locked and loaded, and then he looks up and
right. But even if you drop the ball, though, he still had 3 seconds left, and so it's a travel. But I think obviously instinctively you shouldn't touch the ball, but he should have touched the ball and fouled, right? And then they would at least get the ball back.
And then I guess
you could like pray for 2 missed free throws. But
we can say that so easily a week after and not in the heat of the moment.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So yeah. I don't know, but 100%. I mean, there's a million things he could have done differently, but it was just a great game, so no complaints actually.
It was a phenomenal game, especially because Houston.
Hats off to Houston.
Houston winning the whole game. Up by double digits for a majority of the game, and having it still come down to the last possession is always fun to watch. Because the past 2 national championships with UConn, it was not a fun final. It was a 30-point game by halftime. So this was fun and competitive.
I feel like a lot of the comebacks throughout the tournament, you could say that the team that lost the game like Duke versus Houston in the semifinal. I feel like Duke lost that versus Houston actually taking it from them and winning. But I feel like Florida, neither of them like played horribly, but I feel like in this case Florida took it and won the game.
Yeah, fair.
I would agree. I would agree. But kudos
Hats off to
to
both of them though.
yeah,
That's all you could ask for out of a championship game. So
exactly.
now it's a long
Exactly.
wait until next tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to the Florida Gators and the Yukon Huskies of the women to wonderful tournament,
Yes.
wonderful March Madness.
Oh,
Yeah,
heck,
we didn't talk about that at all, but shout out UConn women Huskies destroying as a 2 seed the last page in the book of Beckers.
Hmm. I mean, they were just unstoppable the entire tournament. It was ridiculous.
It wasn't fair. They destroyed everybody. They got pissed that they were a 2 seed,
Yeah, you
and they're like, you know
can't
what?
bet against
Screw
Gino.
all of you. We're just gonna kill.
You cannot bet
Nope,
against
never,
Gino.
never ever.
To the playoff and play in looks. So I just
Yep.
read something yesterday that this is the first time since 2009 where three teams in an NBA season uh won 60 games.
yeah, I saw that.
So yeah, the NBA
Mm.
people, it has gone a little downhill in terms of its viewership, but it has been a crazy NBA season, and I cannot wait for these playoffs.
Who's the team to beat in the
I think
East?
so too. The Celtics are the team to
The
beat in the entire
Celtics,
league, I
The
think.
lead the Celtics are the team to beat.
a healthy
Yeah.
Celtics are the best team in the NBA, in my personal opinion.
So the Cavs are frauds.
No, no, they're not
I don't think the
frauds.
Cavs are frauds, but they don't have enough firepower to compete with the Celtics. The Celtics have like 7 people that can score 20 any night,
Hmm.
and I don't feel the same way about the Cavs.
I tend to agree.
And it's the same. It's the same. It's the age old, like, the best player in the series will most likely win the game,
Hmm.
and Tatum is better than anybody on the Cavs. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's my
And
opinion at least.
then looking at the rest of the East, the Pacers, Bucks, Knicks, and Pistons are 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hmm.
I mean, the Celtics and Cavs are miles better than all four of them. I mean, the Knicks and the Celtics played four times this season. I think they're 4-0. It's like
I just want to root for New York so badly. I just
so
want them to make
badly.
a run. Like it could be such a fun team, and I just don't think it's gonna happen though.
It's good. It's good for basketball when the Knicks are good,
Yeah,
in
100%.
my opinion, because then all of the sports reporters can talk about them and stuff, and they get to stop talking about LeBron without his shirt. Um,
Can we talk about
but
how insane that was? Did you see
yeah,
did you
go
see
ahead.
he tweeted back? LeBron tweeted back and said something. He was like,
Really, I did not.
oh, what did he say? Something along the lines of like, oh, I'm not even going to acknowledge this. Congrats to JJ Redick on a great season, on a 3 seed in his first
Oh,
season, Magic. Like something
yeah,
crazy, just to like be like, bro, like I've been in this league for 20 plus years. I've been the face of this league for 20 plus years. And you're gonna really sit there and comment about what I wear 5 hours before a game.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
insane.
So some background to those who don't know what we're talking about. Isaiah Thomas, or LeBron was warming up 5 hours before their game the other day, and it showed, like, NBA TV had a little breakdown of his warm up, and LeBron was wearing no shirt, and Isaiah Thomas went on this massive rant about how unprofessional LeBron being shirtless was in the warm up. Um, and people online are not very happy with that take.
Because it's just like, why is there like an incessant need to talk about LeBron James when LeBron James doesn't do anything that's worth talking about? It's like people have wanted a scandal for him
I
from
agree.
him for 20 years, and he hasn't given them one. So like they're gonna find whatever they can. Like, oh,
I agree.
reading he was reading a Harry Potter book, but he only read the first page. Like, who cares? Like, it's like dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Ovi
yeah,
thing,
Yeah.
like it's like,
And I saw a tweet that was like, Isaiah Thomas is talking about LeBron being unprofessional wearing a shirt when he choked a coach out during the game. like grabbed him by the neck and didn't get in trouble from it, and now he wants LeBron to get fined because he wasn't wearing a shirt. Like
Yeah,
what significance does that have in your life?
yeah,
You're upset for no reason.
And it wasn't even like he was
Anyways,
doing it, but like 30 minutes before game during layup lines. Like it was
no,
by
five
himself
hours.
with a trainer. Like, it doesn't make
yeah.
any
Your
sense.
workout in. Yeah.
As it
Do you guys have
stands,
any do you guys have any sleeper teams in the East, and then we can move on to the West? Like obviously the Celtics and the Cavs are front runners, but like who you think could push one of them to a 7 game series?
I I personally, it's hard. I like the Bucks. Giannis has been playing really, really good basketball recently, and he is the best player in the East, in my opinion. So
Dame's still
they
out for a while, right?
Dame is still out, yeah, with his blood clots,
Yeah.
but I think the Bucks, if Giannis continues to play how he is, he's had like 5 triple doubles in the past 5 games. So I think they can get going a little run. I like them, but nobody else like really stands out to me. Shout out to the Pistons for making the playoffs. It's a
Yeah.
crazy run comparative to their
Yeah.
season last year, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
Cade is so good.
Kate is so good.
Cade
Yeah. I don't
is
know.
so good. I think that
Go ahead, Joe.
to point the Bucks are in the playoffs. I think they're too easy to guard. In the playoffs, I feel like the Bucks are too easy to guard
Court gets
without Dame on
smaller.
the court.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
is
agree.
true.
Yeah, there's within a 7 game series, the other team can make too many adjustments to guard Giannis, and then once he's been a little bit at least like somewhat contained, I don't think they have enough firepower outside of him to win a series.
Yeah, that's fair. I am rooting for New York. I love how they play. I love their chemistry with everybody on the team.
Yeah.
But so that's my team to come out of these. I'm a Magic fan as of 2 years ago. The Paolo and Franz combo I really enjoyed, but they never seem to do much, and they play the Hawks in the play-in. So I think that's my, I guess, team of destiny is the Magic, but I am going to be rooting for New York coming out of the East.
Yeah. I tend to agree with everything you just said. Like, I would love for the Magic to make a run, but
Hmm.
I also want New York to have a good, like, basketball is better when basketball is good in New York. So,
Exactly. Anybody but the
So
Celtics.
the last place, so it's Magic, Hawks, Bulls, Heat in the play-in for the East, and I
Yes.
feel like for some weird reason the Heat just always find a way to win
the Heat with
those
Jimmy
games.
Butler always find a way to win those games.
But it's just like Heat culture. I feel like there's a chance that the Heat could sneak into the 8 spot and then get smoked, but like that's just how I feel. It's I saw something the other day where it's like the play-in has just turned into the DeMar DeRozan Invitational. Like whatever team DeMar is on, he's just always going to be in the play-in. So that takes us to the West where it's Timberwolves, Grizzlies, Kings, Mavs as it stands in the play-in. But there's one more game left in the regular season, and there are 4 spots that are up for grabs, 4 through 7. So
Yeah,
it could be pretty crazy.
it could be pretty crazy. If everything stands right now, we have a Warriors Lakers round one,
That's insane.
and that would
Crazy.
be absolutely electric if that could
And
be
I
the
I
case
bet
scenario.
that's what it ends up being because that is the best for the NBA ratings wise is Lakers Warriors series. So
Yeah, we need one more Curry
Can,
LeBron show.
can we just talk about how great Austin Reeves has been over the course of this
oh my
season?
goodness.
Like,
He's been
I
insane.
was who I think Chandler Parsons was like, oh yeah, he's like a 15-5 guy, like max for his career. And I tended to agree with that at the time. But he's just like absolutely hooping.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And LeBron said it best. It was like you have to guard LeBron, you have to guard Luca, and then no, most teams don't have a third defender to go guard Austin Reeves, and he's going to go put
Exactly.
25 on your head like it's nothing.
really quickly, is he the best third option in the league currently?
Who's even in that conversation with him? Like I couldn't even
So
think of somebody off the top of my
I
head.
think like Jalen Brown or Porzingis, whoever you have over each other
Okay, well,
for the
Jalen Brown is
Celtics.
better than Austin Reeves, if you're saying that.
Okay.
But
The
I don't think Jalen Brown
Raptors
is
Like,
have a
better
good
than.
big three, but they suck, so that doesn't count. It's like what Scotty, uh, RJ Barrett, and Brandon Ingram.
Yeah,
yeah,
no.
I'm
Austin
taking I'm
Reeves.
taking Evan Mobley also over Austin Reeves.
That's fair. But I'm not taking. I
Okay,
don't know if I'm taking Darius Garland over Austin Reeves.
Really?
Hot take.
really?
Hot
Hot take.
take for sure.
Wow,
Hot take.
that is a hot take.
I've also
Chet,
lost a lot of money on Darius Garland, so I might be a little biased.
Chet,
Chet. So who would you say the second? Jalen
J
Jalen
Dub,
Williams.
yeah.
Williams?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I don't know.
Bub Carrington.
Yeah, I
Get
mean,
out of here. What are you talking about?
right now he's our first option.
I know. That's awesome. So just a general question for you guys. Do you feel like the play-in has been beneficial for the league? Or would you have rather it stayed as or go back to just 1 through 8 instead of 1 through 10 playing for 8?
I mean, personally, I haven't really like the playing always happens and I always watch and it's fun, but I haven't had like a good experience with a playing tournament ever since Patrick Beverly was standing on the scores table trying to clap up to the crowd when he became an 8 seed. So it's like I don't really remember much. So I want to say it's cool, but there hasn't it's not really memorable like the play-in tournament.
I tend to agree with that. The only thing I would add though is that when these games are so close, when you're or like when there's the seeding is so close, we have a 10 seed that's one game away from a 4 seed, like or 2 games away, whatever it is. I feel like they should get a chance to like compete because there's not that much difference in one game, so they get an extra game to go figure it out and see who's gonna win. And it kind of is cool because it's like March Madness where it's like it's win or go home. You get one game and well,
Mhm.
kind of, but yeah. So I
Yeah,
don't I don't hate it. I don't think it hurts anything.
I do not think it hurts anything either.
but like do the Miami Heat at 37 and 44 deserve to be in the playoffs this year?
No.
Compared to the Hawks were 39 and 42, like
Well,
they
okay,
could,
that's true.
you know what I mean? Like
One of them has to be in there though.
that's what I'm saying. So
Might as well
it's
make
a
them compete.
2 game difference,
Yeah, you're right.
and over
Yeah.
82 games, like and how many injuries impacted that? Like how many things that like are out of the team's control are the reason that
Right.
like it's those 2 games are different. So if you get one
Yeah.
game to go compete and figure it out, then why do I care?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so we did this for the East. For the West, who do you have coming out, and then who is your sleeper team?
I mean, I'm going to be
I,
saying the Lakers all day long,
I want the
but
Lakers. I think I will not bet against Nikola Jokic though.
nope.
So
Never,
it's
never,
it's
never.
so it's so funny because the Thunder are 67 and 14, and I don't think I've talked to a single person that has them coming out of the West.
No.
They've had one of the best seasons ever, and people are predicting them to lose in not even the Western Conference Finals, like damn near the semis if they play against the Nuggets. Because right now it's looking like they're going to play against the Nuggets in the semifinals, and then it's the Thunder versus Jokic, and
And I'm taking
MVP
Jokic.
battle.
But Shea does end up showing up in the biggest moments. Like I just feel like is a big time performer. So I can see him getting upset about all this Jokic talk and kind of popping off if that's how the cards lay out.
Do we see any like big upsets happening? So like if the if it flips or any of the teams that are left, the Clippers, Warriors, or Timberwolves end up
Mhm.
playing against the Rockets in the first round, and that would be a
I
7-2. I think any of those teams could beat the Rockets.
I agree.
Yeah.
The Rockets have been playing really good. I mean, Jalen Green, Amen, and Sengun are a really, really good big three. But
They are. They just don't have
they
any
haven't
experience.
experienced, yeah, they haven't made the playoffs in like 7 seasons. So
Since James Harden, is that the last time the
I
Rockets made
don't, I
the
don't,
playoffs?
yeah, they haven't been above like a 13 seed in the West in like 7 seasons.
That's
Like it's
crazy.
like they've been
Yeah.
bad.
Mm. Hats off to them. Hats off to Ime for coaching them up like that. But
Man.
I mean, it's gonna the especially in the West, some of the matchups can be crazy.
Yeah,
I think we're
The
looking at like a very interesting playoffs. Like
hundred
regardless of
percent.
what we get,
very excited. I am
like
very excited.
I'm also like a big Zach LaVine DeMar guy. Like I want
Yeah,
Sacramento to like make some noise, and they could very well lose in a
Oh,
10 game and not play at all. But
that's a another interesting third option conversation. Is whoever is that third option versus Austin Reeves
so you have
it would
DeMar, Zach
probably
LaVine, and who
and
else?
Sabonis.
offensively it's probably
Bonus.
Sabonis.
Yeah, but
Offensively is
Sabonis is
probably
the most important player on that team.
Yeah. Wow.
absolutely.
So yeah, whoever you say is a third option on that team is better than Austin Reeves.
Yeah,
Right.
It doesn't matter. I don't even know which one you would say is a third option, but all three of those basketball players are better than Austin Reeves.
and
They're
yeah,
talented enough to make some noise too, in my opinion. And they're
absolutely.
playing really well. Ever since their coach got fired, Mike Brown, they've come together as a team and have been playing really well.
They've been playing really well. And the Clippers with Kawhi recently have been
Right.
have been really good.
Yeah.
Have been really good.
Zubac has been killing.
Yeah, he's a double machine.
Yeah, Big Zoo is a killer. And it's a him, Kawhi, and James Harden. Like, what are we talking about? And nobody's bringing them up in any conversations.
Nobody. I mean, they have the same record as the Nuggets. They have the exact
That
same
would be
record.
a crazy 4-5 too. These matchups are all
They're looking
nuts.
They are
crazy.
really, really good.
So one team that we have not talked about that's not in any of these matchups are the team with Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
They're a
And
joke.
they are a disgrace to basketball.
They're a joke. It is gonna suck not having Kevin Durant in the playoffs,
That's
but
so
like,
weird.
but they are a joke of an organization. They
Yeah.
don't
I
play. Like they
we
don't
were
play
talking about it the
basketball.
other day. Like they they're screwed more than any other team. They're the only team that's not either fighting for the play-in, fighting for the playoff, or have a lottery pick. They're the only 29 out of 30 teams have at least one of those three. And
Hmm.
they don't have a lottery pick for the next 7 years, like until 2032 or something. They gave that all up for Katie and Bradley Beal.
Well, they'll get
So
one when they trade for
they're
KD.
literally screwed.
Or is
Matt
KD's contract
Ishbia
up?
did a horrible idea or horrible job. Say that again.
Is KD's contract up, or is he? Do you think he's getting traded next year? I don't know what's up with
He'll
his
get traded.
Yeah, probably get traded.
contract.
I thought he signed a 3 year last year or 2 years ago. I mean,
And the same talk we were just having, the best third option. Going into last season or this season, I would have said
Yeah.
Bradley Beal with a heartbeat. But Bradley Beal is horrendous.
I think
I'm
he's better.
taking Austin Reeves over Bradley Beal 101 out of 100 times.
It's not even close anymore. Bradley Beal can't play. Like I don't know what's going on with him.
And Bradley Beal 3 years ago was a top 10 basketball player in the league. Three,
He's
four.
Yeah,
not his style of play is not fit for being a third option. Like
no.
he needs the ball. And Devin Booker and Kevin Durant obviously also need the ball, and they are better than him. So it's kind of hard for him to find his niche on that team.
Yeah, it is. It's not fun. It's not fun for the. It's like watching Suns basketball. It's like they come up, Kevin Durant or Devin Booker chucks up a three, and then no matter who they're playing against is going to score. Like they don't play
They
defense.
play like a bad AU team,
Yeah,
and
they
that
don't play.
doesn't win in the
That is a
NBA.
crazy comparison to an NBA team.
They don't play
They do.
defense.
Bad AAU basketball.
It is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is not fun to watch. But
Okay, so what? Celtics Lakers you have in the final? If gun to your head, Celtics Lakers.
I'm going Nuggets Celtics.
I'll,
Nuggets
I'll,
Celtics. Okay.
I'll go Celtics Lakers.
I'm just gonna be weird and say Thunder, and I can't be that weird. Celtics.
Okay.
Thunder, Celtics.
It's,
So no one
it's
has the
weird.
Cavs.
It's weird going the 1-2 seed. That's so weird.
Yeah, just like March Madness, baby, chalk.
So the Cavs are not making it out. I don't think they can, man. The Celtics are
Mm.
so overpowered when everybody's healthy. But
I think in the East, Celtics Cavs is almost guaranteed Eastern Conference Finals. But in the West, it can be any of four teams,
yeah,
I think.
and
Don't sleep on the Knicks though. They're gonna find a way.
I have
I
no
would love
trust in
them
the
to.
Knicks.
They
I
are
would
gonna
love them
find
to.
a way to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Every time I watch Mikal Bridges shoot a jump shot, I switch the channel. So
It's
OG
not
Anunoby has been hooping recently,
like
they're
and Jalen
stud.
Brunson's back.
they're so solid. Like
They're so
Jalen
good.
Brunson is one of the best players in the league. Cat is tough as hell. You
Hmm.
love to have Mikal Bridges on your team for on both sides of the ball and OG on both sides of the ball. Like there's no reason the Knicks don't make a run. And I'm
That's
not
where the Suns screwed up, was giving away Mikal and Cam Johnson. They're a
I mean,
Yeah,
completely
yeah,
different team
that
now.
was what,
it
4
was
years ago
4 years
now
ago.
though?
Yeah,
Yeah, and they've been downhill ever since. Actually, that's not true. They're in
Didn't
the
they go to
championship.
finals after that?
Yeah. Let me shut up. Let me shut up.
yeah. As long as the Celtics do not win the NBA championship, I will be happy. Anybody can win. I don't really care as long as Celtics lose, which is so hard to say because they have the best
We
team.
did it. We did it.
I don't understand Nate. Like, let my guy live.
No, never,
My
No,
never.
no.
fantasy,
He tried to take that. He tried to take that picture like Kobe,
my fantasy MVP
Yep.
for the last 2 years. Let him rock.
holding the trophy like these.
Let him rock.
All
That's so
right.
I
funny.
do hope the only reason I would want the Celtics to win is so Jason Tatum can get a Finals MVP though.
He
He does
probably
deserve that.
no, he's
Yes.
not gonna get it because if they win, they're gonna give it to Derek White.
Derek White.
Absolute
Yep,
stud.
100%. Derek White,
Derek White
ball
might be
head demon.
Derek White might be a better fourth option than
Oh
Austin.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sam Hauser's a better seven option than Austin Reeves.
Yeah. Peyton Pritchard, top 5 point guard in the league.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
they have the exciting Whites off the bench.
We're getting ridiculous. We're getting ridiculous.
All right, we moving on to the draft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
Oh boy.
we now have the wheel to determine our draft
Oh,
pick.
we're not doing winner of last week. Gets first pick.
I
Now.
contest that winner of last week. I still
Oh wow, look at that. Alex wins again.
Oh
Alex get
goodness.
first pick last week too.
Yeah, I
Yes.
did. And then it was Jaden. So let's see what they have here. Oh man. Is it
Oh wow.
you guys see the wheel? This is not fraudulent.
The wheel is not fair and the wheel is not just.
All right. So the first pick. So it's gonna be the same thing, snake draft, and point guard through center, and it has to be it's position based. So you can't just throw someone in at the center. So I will
So question, are we trying to create the best team in total, or are we just picking random players that can shoot threes?
we are picking random players that can shoot threes. The
So you
winner, the best team should be the best team to win a 3-point contest.
Okay. Okay.
I feel
Okay.
like that makes it more fun.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So I will be taking Steph Curry at
do
the
we
one
have to
one.
pick like positionally in order?
No.
Okay.
Good question.
So I'll go Ray Allen at my 2.
Okay.
And I get two,
Yes.
right? Okay. Damn, my Wi-Fi is being a bit shoddy, so we're gonna go off the dome. Uh, we're going to go with Clay Thompson at my 2. And are we saying that Reggie Miller played combo 2-3?
Oh, Reggie
Like
Miller
how
played.
how how malleable is this list?
Well, I would say Klay Thompson probably played the 3, and then Reggie
Yeah,
probably played the
either
two.
or. I think
Uh,
you can let that slide.
I say go for it. I think you're fine.
Really? Okay, so move Clay to the three, Clay to the three, and Reggie at the two.
Who do I want as my? Let me go Larry Bird at my three.
All right.
Yep.
I'm going to be strategic here
Jokic.
and get my power forward and center out of the way. Give me Dirk at the power forward and Carl Anthony Towns at my center.
Wow. Um,
After all that,
who do I have?
After all that,
Jacob, you haven't picture one yet, have you?
nope.
Who do I want at my point guard? I will take. Can I take James Harden at my one?
absolutely.
I'll take James Harden at my one.
Wow. Okay.
Point guard.
Uh, could I have um Damian Lillard at my point guard,
Yes, you can.
and then can I also have uh Kristaps Porzingis at my power forward?
Ooh, power forward Porzingis. He's like 100
Yes,
feet tall.
he plays power forward right now. Al Horford lines up at the center.
All right.
Almost guaranteed. Almost guaranteed.
Hey,
Are we done?
all I know is Al Horford is not in their starting lineup, but that's okay.
I can change it if you want.
No, no, absolutely not. I'll give. I
Okay.
mean, he plays power forward sometimes. I do when they do line up big, big. All right, Jaden,
What am I at? I have
James Harden,
Harden at my
Ray
one,
Allen,
Ray
Larry
Allen
Bird.
two, Larry Bird at my three, Kevin Durant at my four. Is that crazy?
Not in the
No,
slightest.
Thank you very much.
All right, so I need a
that
and
was a large
a
oversight on my point.
shooting guard and a small forward. I will be taking Kyle Korver at my shooting guard. And now I need a small forward who plays small forward. All right. Give me Peja Stojakovic at my small forward.
There was no doubt in my mind that you were going to be picking Phaedra at some point.
Yeah.
Had to.
Yeah,
Had to.
100%.
And I
Yeah.
almost picked him last round just so you couldn't have him.
Absolute sniper.
Oh, but I'll be taking Jokic at my five.
All right. And Jacob, you also need a five.
Yeah, so I'm tempted to take Penny Hardaway.
Am I not getting a joke?
Yeah, shout out Jeremy McNeil.
Shout out, Jeremy.
Um,
Yeah.
but I will be taking the greatest player to ever touch a basketball, not named LeBron James, Victor Wembanyama
Wow.
at
Good point.
at my center.
That's really not a bad pick there, Jacob.
Thank you.
All right. So going through it, I have Curry, Kyle Korver, Peja, Dirk, Cat.
Solid.
I would agree.
Okay.
Yeah, that
You
is
you
good.
have all of them? Are you gonna read all of them out?
If you want me to,
Yeah,
I have them all.
yeah, just keep reading all.
Jaden has James Harden, Ray Allen, Larry Bird, Kevin Durant, and Jokic.
Okay, and who's
I
Jacob
mean
have?
that's the best basketball team that we have created. That's not the
Yeah.
point of the game, but that team is ridiculous.
Thank you.
And Jacob has Dame, Reggie Miller, Clay, Porzingis, and Wemby.
I think my team wins this, guys. Even on 3-point shooting alone.
In game shooting. Like in
What do
terms
we?
of,
Oh, wait. We're not doing in-game shooting.
I know,
You
I know.
said winning a three-point
I'm
contest.
well aware. I'm well aware.
So are we looking at
Oh, okay.
their all-time winningest
No,
three-point
no,
contest?
no, no,
Like, what are we talking
no.
about?
It's just like the best overall shooters. Give the guy a ball in the hand,
Okay,
and he shoots a three.
Steph Curry is obviously the best shooter of all time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ray Allen is obviously the second best shooter of all time. In my
And then
book.
I have 3 through 5.
Who do you have? That is
I
three through five.
not.
Yes, I do.
Who-
Dame,
Reggie
Reggie, and
Miller.
Clay. That's 3 through 5.
That is solid.
That is
But
good.
then you have who's your who are your other
So what are we
two?
talking about?
So wait, no, wait, but who are your other two though? We're not looking at your best three shooters. We're looking at your whole team.
Yeah, Tingus, Pingus, and Wemby.
Yeah, so no.
Yeah, I mean,
There's no way.
I'm taking Kevin Durant over Dirk, but I'm taking Cat over Jokic in terms of 3-point ability.
I agree with that.
So I think it's between Jaden and I. Jaden, your team stinks.
What? Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so Steph beats James Harden.
All right.
Ray Allen beats.
Read. I'll be the final vote.
Okay, so
All right.
Steph beats James Harden.
Read the two,
Yeah, you read
Alex.
it out, Alex.
Steph Curry, Kyle Korver, Peja, Dirk, and Cat. And Jaden's team is James Harden, Ray Allen, Larry Bird, Kevin
Ray
Durant,
Allen
and
and Larry
Jokic.
Bird and Kevin Durant. Are we freaking serious that this is even a conversation?
But I think we're thinking about your team too much as basketball players.
Oh, Larry Bird is one of the best shooters of all time. What do we mean?
So is everybody on Alex's team.
So is everyone we're talking about, but higher than
Except for Tingus.
and Wemby.
No, you find Tingus on the pick and pop, he's gonna be knocking that thing down.
Yeah.
Oof. I think it's interesting. I think Jaden's team wins on in-game shooting, and Alex's team would beat Jaden's team in a three-point contest.
That doesn't help.
Yeah.
It doesn't
well,
help at all, but I'm
That
just
is
saying.
not helpful.
I think I'll give it to Jaden just because Larry Bird, Kevin Durant, I think
That
is
is
better
crazy.
than Peja Dirk. Yeah, I have Curry,
And
but
Curry wipes James Harden out easily.
yeah,
If
I think-
you would have picked Dame over James Harden, your team wins easily.
I know it was a missight. It's a
I
mistake.
don't know. Dude, James Harden is top 5 shooter ever.
James
Hey.
Harden is second in made threes all time.
Yes, he is.
Which, by the way, did you see that LeBron is now 5th all time in made threes?
He's
It's so ridiculous.
He passed
absurd.
the 6th place, I think, is Reggie. He passed 6th
Yep.
place the other day.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
Shout out, Brian. He's coming for Curry next.
Shout out, Bron.
Did
All
you
right,
see the stat? Did you see the stat about Curry where it's like he's hit 300 threes in a season 6 times, and the total times that's happened in the NBA that's not Steph Curry of all time is only 4.
Yeah.
So he's done it 6. The rest of history has done it 4 times.
It doesn't make
it's-
any sense.
It's impressive.
Crazy.
It doesn't
Very,
make
very impressive.
any sense.
Well, okay. Well, I'll be taking my dub. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
So
Congratulations, Jaden.
Jacob won episode 1. Jaden won episode 2.
See you
And-
guys. If you take this as a life lesson, just because you're the commissioner and get first pick every round does not mean that you're gonna win.
Yeah, it's okay. I will I'll try my luck in episode 3. But it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But
That is unfortunate.
it's okay. We give our flowers to who needs their flowers. All right.
Trivia?
Before we get into trivia, there was just one quick thing that I wanted to bring up. When we were talking about, we kind of brushed by it for a second, the Isaiah Thomas talking about LeBron or whatever.
Mm.
Just really quickly, why do you feel like in basketball specifically, the older generation has such a hard time giving the newer generation their flowers?
I guess, and this is the way I watch, and I could be wrong, but it seems like in like sports media, a lot of the people that are commenting on basketball are old basketball players. Like it's not necessary, and I could be wrong, but I don't notice that as much when I'm watching football or when I'm watching other sports. Like there's obviously like some like Tom Brady's obviously like on Fox and like, but I feel as though older players are getting upset because people are like kind of disrespecting their era these days, and I don't necessarily think that's the case. I think basketball has evolved, and we can appreciate greatness all like throughout the eras, but it would be silly if basketball didn't get better as we learn more about the sport.
Absolutely.
Like the average basketball player today is better than the average basketball player 30 years ago, and that's because of all the things that we've learned about basketball in the last 30 years. Like there's no big sitting in the middle of the paint clogging everything up. When if you bring a big out, the floor opens up so much more. There's spacing to go to work. There's spacing to shoot the ball. Like the game has changed because of the skill of the players. And I think the older generation of players kind of take that offensively sometimes when it doesn't need to be when it shouldn't be taken offensively.
Yeah, 100%. I think it immediately, once someone starts saying that somebody in this era is better, immediately they're just like, oh, well, we would have just punched him in the face.
Yeah,
Yeah, they bring
And
in
then
their
that would have been it.
physicality of the
And I'm
game.
like, that doesn't, you're not talking about basketball. You're just like, I'm just gonna fight you until the game is over.
Yeah, and that's
But
why
yeah,
she
it's interesting because
yeah.
football, baseball, golf, like all of those, everybody, I feel like it's more of a celebratory, like I'm very happy for his success
yeah,
versus in
Yeah,
basketball, it's like, oh well, this doesn't count because X, Y, and Z, or it would have been different when if he would have played in our era because of whatever.
exactly.
I don't know, just
And
interesting.
that's why Shaquille O'Neal has been pissed me off recently, because he just thinks if you're not better than Shaquille O'Neal, you're bad. Like that's like his mindset. And
he's
I'm
well,
like that's just like he's a top 10 player of all time. Like
yeah,
in his podcast or whatever, he talks about like someone will bring up a player and he's like, could he like and he's always like, could he have guarded me? And everyone's like, no. And he's like, yeah, he sucks. I'm like, that's not the argument that we should be having here.
yeah.
I agree. He's been getting a lot of flack recently just because he has been such a hater for no reason.
He's been such a hater. But
All right, that's
it's
just a quick conversation
okay.
I wanted to have, but we can move on to my question for the week.
All right.
Um, so my trivia question for the week is I just finished watching Court of Gold on Netflix, talking about the Olympics and following all of the teams that were in it, and it got me questioning what other countries have produced the most NBA players outside of the US. So yeah, my question is going to be, name the top 8 countries that have produced the most NBA players outside of the US. And I'm going to give you 3 strikes and you get 20 seconds per guess to deliberate between the two of you. And you're a team.
Okay.
So if you go over time, I'll tell you have to make a guess. I'll keep the timer on my phone. Uh,
I got first one, Alex.
Okay.
and we can get started.
Spain.
So I was gonna say Spain has to be on the list.
Spain
Yeah.
is tied for 8th
Wow, that's a lot lower than I thought.
with 20.
This is all time.
This is all time, yes.
Wow.
Okay, so Spain, um, France, I want to say.
France. France is number 2 with
Okay.
52.
Canada.
Canada is number 1 with 64.
I was gonna. Okay, good guess. All right.
No.
Now this is where it gets difficult.
Germany.
Germany is number 7 with 21.
So we have four right
So
now.
you need 3 through 6. You have no strikes.
What about like the Eastern European countries, Alex?
Yeah, but like, back in the day, I mean, I was gonna say
10 seconds.
Russia, but Russia has wasn't very good for a while. I'm gonna say Argentina.
First strike.
Dang
Argentina is
it.
not in there.
I thought Manu was gonna carry me.
Slovenia.
Slovenia, second strike.
Oh man.
This 22nd like
Yeah, I'm.
Kind of crazy.
It's hard to think. Um,
Since you only have one strike left, we'll move it to 30 seconds. Move it to 30 seconds.
You're so generous.
I know.
like
There any Asian countries?
no,
15
You
seconds.
think it's all European countries?
it's gotta be like, but like Brazil, I feel like they aren't very that good either. Um,
Got to make a guess, guys.
Go for it, Alex.
There's
Poland.
I'll give you a hint. Oh, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
Okay.
There's there is one basketball player that we talked about last week that's country has not been brought up.
Serbia.
Serbia is in the 4 with 33. All of the itches and vitches and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Serbia.
Yeah,
So
I didn't get.
you're missing 3, 5, and 6.
Okay.
You have another
3,
30 seconds.
5, and
Good.
6.
We said
So
France. We said
you can
Germany.
figure it out.
Australia.
I like that guess.
Australia in the 3. Best
I
basketball
like
player
that
of
guess
all
a
time is Patty Mills when he's
Hey,
wearing an
Mills.
Australian jersey.
That is good
The
guess, Jade.
last two are the two hardest ones. So you have 2 left with 1 strike left.
They've got to be both European because if Argentina is more pronounced than Brazil, so I don't think South America is involved.
Nothing. You don't think any African
10
country?
seconds.
No.
Yeah,
All right, got to make a guess.
Um, Slovakia.
No, very close. In the 5, Jaden was on the right track. It's Nigeria.
No
Nigeria.
way. I
Yeah,
couldn't
number
even
5
tell
is
you.
Nigeria, and number 6 is Croatia.
I would not have gotten
Yeah,
that.
not Croatia.
Yeah.
So it's
Not,
Canada, France, Australia, Serbia, Nigeria, Croatia, Germany, Spain, and then just to round out the top 10, Brazil and Puerto Rico are 9 and 10.
wow.
Interesting.
I couldn't even name you one Nigerian basketball player.
Apparently, there are 30 that have played in the NBA all time.
That's crazy. Like was like Manute Bol from Nigeria?
No, he was Sudan, I
Sudan.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Good
know.
question,
A good
Jacob.
question, Jacob. Great question.
Thank you,
Uh,
guys.
Next time, I would prefer more than 20 seconds to
Yeah.
Rangers.
I
Yeah, we're experimenting here.
I'm gonna do the same tactic. You get 3 strikes, 20 seconds per guess.
What is up with this?
I don't know. That's fun. I think my questions, I think easier. I don't know. So there has been 10, 10 NBA players
Hmm.
in the history of basketball to have scored 70 points in a game.
That's the
Who,
question.
who are the 10?
Devin Booker,
Oh boy.
Devin Booker,
Will Chamberlain,
Wilt Chamberlain,
Kobe Bryant,
Luca.
Kobe Bryant,
Luca.
Luca.
Um, didn't okay, this might be dumb, but I swear that Cat did it last year. Or did he get like really close?
I thought Cat had like 66 or something.
It was
Or
something
62.
crazy. Okay, so maybe not Cat.
Did Clay?
No, I don't think Clay did.
He had 60 and 11 dribbles, but I don't think he had 70.
Dame? Question mark? Jacob, this is not a guess,
Oh,
Alex. Dame?
70 is so many points. Holy hell. 10 people have done it.
10 people have done it.
We said Will already. We said who do we have?
Wilt, Kobe, Devin Booker, Luca.
Okay. Donovan
Dame is a
Mitchell
good
did it.
guess.
Donovan Mitchell definitely did it last year.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Lock,
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell. Yes, he did.
Good. I think Dame did it.
Okay, I'm willing to go with Dame. Let's go
Dame did
Dame,
it.
Alex.
Dame did it. So you guys
Wow.
have 5. You guys have gotten 5.
I've gotten 6.
No, you've gotten 6 with 0 strikes.
Good job, Jaden. All right. 4 left. I think some old people probably did it too.
Um, David Robinson. I think David Robinson did it.
Oh, that's such a good guess.
Like I'm
Yeah, sure.
Let's go David Robinson, Alex.
Dave Robinson did it. Good guess, Jaden.
Thanks. All right.
Great
Wow,
guess,
really
Jaden.
well done, Jaden. The episode of Jaden, episode 2.
There's 3 left.
Oh boy. I know Jordan didn't. I know Bron didn't.
Yep. Definitely no. James Harden? No. I don't think he ever got that high. What's James Harden
But
career high?
he averaged 40.
That's what I'm saying, but like I don't remember. Like
10
when people
seconds.
score 70, like it's such big news.
That is such big news. I think Harden's not a bad guess though.
I just don't think he
All
did.
right, we need to guess, gentlemen.
Let's go James Harden.
That is strike number 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So what old people do we think did it? Did Kareem ever? No, probably not.
I don't think it's been
There are
within
35
the
skyhooks.
there were like 3 last year. We're missing one from last year, unless Dame was last year.
I thought it was like Luca, Devin Booker, and Donovan Mitchell were
Joel
the 3.
Embiid. I'm gonna get Joel Embiid in there, Alex.
Oh, you're so smart. You're
I'm gonna
so
Joel
smart.
Joel Embiid
Wow.
also did it last year.
Because I remember
You're so smart.
there was like 2 weeks
Yep.
where every other day there's
Wow.
somebody scoring 70 points.
Luca and Joel did it like back-to-back days.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It was a big day for fantasy basketball.
Yeah.
You guys have 2 left and definitely the 2 hardest.
Oh boy, it's gonna be
It's gonna be somebody random.
yeah, Walt Bellamy.
You know who that is.
Walt Bellamy, that's a great pull. I think he was the league leader in rebounds in 1967.
1942 or something.
It's like I've never heard that name in my life.
Michael Olowokandi. Okay, no, real guesses. The 2 hardest. Are they like super random, Alex? Like
No.
what
You
level
guys
of
would.
hoops grid are they?
One of them is really not that rare at all. One of them's pretty rare, but like not. They're both pre-2000.
Okay.
Yeah,
They're,
okay.
they're both old.
Thanks.
Can I get why do I want to say like I have a random guess.
Okay.
Jacob. Like an Alex English.
Oh, and Alex English, leading
Just-
scorer of all time for the Nuggets.
Completely random. And that's from my TikTok watching. But I keep seeing him. I never know who he is.
Alex English. Honestly, like that's not horrible. I'm trying to read Alex's facial expressions, but I
I'm
can't
trying not to look at Alex's facial expression.
Alex English. But like, go ahead, sure. I don't if you think.
Give me Alex English.
That is strike number 2.
Dang it.
Okay, yeah, that's crazy.
That was my
Wait.
random guess.
Yeah, it's
But-
a good one. Mine was Walt Bellamy, so you win. Go ahead.
That's not a horrible guess.
Oh, Melo on the Nuggets?
No.
No.
That's not our guess.
No, it's not our guess.
He was like in the 60s, I think is his career. It might even be 50s, honestly.
Dang. 70 is just such a large number.
Said one of them, like you said pre-2000, Alex? Or less?
Yes, they're both pre-2000s by a pretty large margin.
Mike,
Oh, so like 70s, 80s?
Mike didn't do it. Larry didn't do it. What about like a David Thompson? How do you feel about that?
David Thompson.
Yeah. I'm just pulling randoms out of my butt now. I don't
I don't know. Let me think for a split second. Was it like Elvin Hayes, Alex? But he was more
Why are you
rebounding.
asking me?
That's a good question. I don't know. That's my natural instinct.
All right, Jacob, I've guessed the last one, so you go get it. You just make
Yeah,
a
yeah,
guess.
Yeah. Alex, give me like a countdown.
5, 4, 3. That was a long second there, Jacob.
That was a long second. Yeah. Okay,
Alright, we need a player.
we're going to say Bill Walton.
That is strike number 3.
Wow. So
That is strike number 3. David Thompson
How did
Is-
you do that?
is number 9
told you.
for the Nuggets back in the day.
That's
And
crazy.
that is up. When you said that, I was like, what in the world?
How'd
That
you
is
do that?
David
Bro.
Thompson scored 73 and
Dang.
Elgin Baylor was the last one.
Oh, that's easy too.
Oh,
Yeah, Elgin Baylor. And the
Dang.
crazy thing is every single person on the list did it once, and I think Wilt did it 6 times. I think Wilt scored 76 times.
Damn, Jaden. I'm
that's
sorry.
oh, that's
That's
okay.
on me. That's
No,
on
I
me.
should have.
This really would have
I
been the
knew
episode of the Jaden.
what school? What school? What team did David Thompson play for?
The Nuggets.
The
See,
Nuggets, and that's where you talk about Alex
and that's
English.
why I got stuck because I definitely
Yeah.
knew it was one of those two,
Hmm.
Gosh, man,
and
you're
I
so
got the Alex
good. That's
English.
wild. Dang.
That was good,
Carson
guys.
Martin.
Carson Martin.
Carson Martin.
Yeah,
So
Dang,
and
Jaden.
that is, yeah, everybody has done it once. Wilt Chamberlain did it 6 times.
good question, Alex. Good
Thank you.
question.
Dang, we went 0 for 2 on trivia today.
Yeah, I mean,
There were harder
They were both
questions.
good questions though.
yeah, and the 20 seconds was, and
Yeah,
not
it
that
makes
we
you
followed that closely, but still,
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly,
it was a rough outline there.
yeah.
exactly.
Dang, David Thompson. That would have been the moment of
That
the
would have been pull of
podcast
the
so far.
century. That was ridiculous.
Oh,
Unfortunate.
okay.
Unfortunate. That's okay. That was a lot of fun. This episode will come out after the final NBA game, so all of the matchups will be set.
Hmm.
Uh, so hopefully they play out somewhat as what we were discussing, and they're all the good matchups that we're talking about in the West. The East is all set, obviously, but I'm looking forward to seeing what goes down today.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Signing off of episode 2 of the Who's Keeping Score podcast, where we talk about sports beyond the stats. Thanks for listening, guys.
See you guys.